Ladies and gentlemen, come on, यार हम और जोर से तालियां बजा सकें. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. That's the way. I like that. All right, Shilpa. Firstly,
you know, when my mum called me in the morning and she asked me if I was ready for today's event, I was actually in a daze because I didn't know how to answer that question. This really has been a dream. I've been thinking about it for the longest time. I'm so happy that it's eventually seen the light of day. And I truly believe that, you know, there are some things in life that you can't plan. And many things are predestined. Actually, everything in life is predestined. And I know for sure that the Great Indian Diet definitely was. So I didn't plan it. I've always constantly been asked how I maintain my body and how I've lost all my pregnancy weight. And that was always a constant question. Every time I'd go to events, I'd meet people at airports. And I just thought that maybe this is one way of, you know, answering all those questions in one shot. But I did think of writing a book a long time back, but it wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the expertise of Luke Coutinho. And he again came into my life just by chance, and I have Aksha to blame for that. She was just casually mentioning that, you know, she's got this nutritionist on board for her son, and our children are just 6 months apart. So I was like, okay, let me meet him. And I was 32 kilos overweight after my baby. I was doing my own thing, and I met Luke. And we just got down to talking, and he started telling me about, you know, what to do for Vian. And I actually used to maintain a log book talking about what what my son's eating and what I've introduced, what are the new things I've done. So he laughed at me and he was like, you don't need me, Shilpa, because you're already doing the stuff that I was going to prescribe for your son. And that's how we got down to talking. And in the process, he saw me shed, you know, those 32 kilos after 5 months. And he was like, what are you doing? So at that time, I remember telling him, you know, well, the world's running after quinoa and I'm doing it with rajma chawal. And that is what struck the chord between Luke and me. And we got down to talking we were on this long flight together, and he was showing me some research that he had done. And he's got a great repertoire, and, you know, he's known in the whole circle of health and nutrition. And I looked at him and I was like, you know, I really wish I could do stuff like this, because, you know, this really is my thing. I nag my husband, I nag my family members, I nag my friends, how they can make that slight lifestyle modification. And you come from that milieu. I really wish I had someone, you know, who could help me do this. And he and I got together, and he actually had these, had these notes, and I had some points, and he elucidated on them, and that's how the book happened. So that is actually the answer to your question. So it was not planned, it wasn't contrived. I never thought that it would become what it's become today, but I really hope it's going in the right direction. I really hope I can make a small change in people's lives, making them healthier. And unfortunately, I really wish we're able to shift focus from, weight loss and focus on gaining health. That really is what we wanted to do, and that was the intent with the Great Indian Diet. And it's so easy to do it because it's all homegrown, it's home produce. We don't need to run after imported stuff, making, you know, our diet plans expensive. Why don't we believe in what we have? You go to London today, you go to Holland and Barrett, and I feel very proud because there's extra virgin hand-pressed coconut oil, there's clarified butter, ghee, okay, on the stands, and they're so expensive. And here we have it in our country, and we don't want to focus on it. So through this book, I really hope Luke and I are able to throw light on how easy it is and how simplified we've made it to, if anybody wants to lose weight, if anybody wants to stay healthy, we have to stop being weight obsessed and be health obsessed.
All right, well said, yeah. क्या बात है, you know?
Diets, I don't believe in diets.
Oh, no diet. Okay, no dieting. मतलब राजमा चावल खा के भी इंसान healthy, right?
I think it's lifestyle. It's mainly lifestyle that works, not diets. The structure, smart food habits, the right amount of exercise, controlling stress levels. I think that's the most important thing, and the power of your mind. You put all of that together, and I think you can have great health.
But I think we have a problem. हम 2 दिन stress नहीं करते, हमें उस बात का stress हो जाता है. यार stress ही नहीं हो रहा यार. There's something wrong. काम खराब हुआ है, stress नहीं है. But I think yes, this is something we really need to take care of. Anything special about the book you'd like to share with everybody here?
Yeah, I think the journey with Shilpa has been amazing. It's been we travel a lot, so meeting and getting time together was the most difficult thing to do. So she would call me up from someplace, I would call her up from another place. We would have an idea, work on it, and when we met, I think we're the 2 most distracted people. We would talk about 100 different things before we actually started writing. But I think over the last 2.5 years, we've put everything together. And I think the message to everyone is based on discipline, simplicity, and lifestyle. It's as simple as that. Yeah.
One of my dearest friends who's fed up of me because on this one, you want to tell them what I did to you, how I tortured you on a ski holiday?
Yes, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is unexpected, but I made the huge mistake of going on a holiday with Raj Kundra and Shilpa. And it was not a holiday because throughout the holiday, they would constant reminders about how I'm not fit enough and how I'm fat and how I need to lose weight and how I'm a talented actor and I'm not using my potential and everything.
This was 3
not
years
the
ago.
life out of me.
This is 3 years ago.
So that was the worst spent 5 lakhs of my life. But I think it had its effect on me, and the points were made. They are the experts here. They've written the books. I don't want to say much, but I took it upon myself to find out what this thing is all about, and I realized that there is something in India, one of the biggest saying amongst in our culture, which says, "You are basically what you eat." And I went to a place where they told me that your health, your wealth, your success rate, the way you think, the way your attitude towards life, the way you handle stress, everything is completely related to the food you eat. And I laughed at them. And they took it upon themselves to prove themselves right. And I believe that the path that you guys are headed on is absolutely fantastic. No diet, I think, is the best way to go forward because what could be worse than actually feeling guilty about what you eat? I was told that if you are successful, then you don't spend 15 minutes just to yourself without looking at your phone and television, and don't devote enough time to chew and eat your food, then you're not successful at all. So, yeah, we've had a lot of discussions on that.
All right, thank you so much, Barry, for sharing that with us.
Thank you, Madhu.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, yeah. All right, just a simple question. Is seafood the food I see, I eat it? So, otherwise it's called the seafood?
I'm really old because I've seen Varun as a child. And I worked with David G. And I remember he was still studying and he was quite a plump child. And I think most people think that actors have it easy. And I was talking to Lalima, Varun's mom, and I was asking, I said, what does Varun do? I mean, what's his relationship with food? Is he a foodie? Is he very disciplined? And she told me something which I have to share with you guys. It was really funny. This is how much of a foodie Varun is. They once sat down on a dinner table and asked Varun and Rohit, his brother, and discussing stuff with their mom. And they asked him, so what do you have a crush on? Who do you have a crush on? So Varun thought about it, and Rohit answered talked about his crush, and Varun said, I've thought about it. It's chicken. So his mom said, no, beta, crush means something that somebody you love, you can't live without, and you want to have the person in your life. He says, yeah, I thought about it, mom, it's chicken. So that's how much he loves food, and he's somebody who really loves food, and he loves kalakand. Apparently, there's only one sweet Varun eats, kalakand, and if with kalakand I can get those kids, I would be eating kalakand the whole day. So tell me, is it easy? What's your mantra?